project, if you open Moodle for both courses, you will see the project description is posted. You will see the team formation is also there. I haven't posted it separately for 201, but in case I find teams that are only doing it without SE220, just let me know. So I can basically open a new team formation for this. Also, you will see past projects, so demos and posters from last years are added for you, and I will keep adding the samples to it over the weekend, inshallah. You will also see a poll that I added. So the formation of teams is due by tomorrow, midnight, okay? And at any point, if you feel like your team is incomplete, so I allowed you up to 5 people. If you're good to go with 2 or 3, fine. But if you are only, let's say, 2 or 3 and need extra members, you will see a poll on Moodle. So please make sure that the leader fills this one. Same for team members that can't find like equivalent team members. So again, fill this form so we can at least map you together. Okay. So this form is gonna stay open till end of next week, just in case. Okay. Again, why do you need to be 6 people in a team? Okay, so this has to be well justified. Okay, if everyone is guaranteed to 100% work, I have no issue. But again, I will expect no single flow from your team. Okay, so you need to deliver what's there and even more. You have to be like you need to show impressive work. Okay, like. So again, double check just that section of the project on both courses. You will see some updated files and submissions for this. For the evaluation criteria and templates needed for the poster, I will also publish this inshallah during the weekend. Alright, now back here. So that's where we stopped it last time. Do you remember this example?
Yes.
I think it's going to be the most example you remember for the lecture.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we discussed it very nicely last time. I think now you can understand what's happening. Today we'll look into the code. If you have your computers, work with me, okay? So as we explained, you can start getting the output yourself. It's one of the nice examples to try, and I also have this added on the forum discussion in case you come up with the final output. Just add this as a subject. Alright? So here we agreed we're having a border pane as a parent, right? In the top layer we have H-box, and inside the H-box I have a label and text field. Then I have, here on left I have a V-box, another V-box here on right. This one holds 3 radio buttons and 1 toggle group, and this one here holds 2 checkboxes. The one in middle holds text, which is empty. And we agreed all actions we're having here, all events are fired using action event. So let's start with the design. So here I have the border pane and the 3 box layouts. One is H box and 2 are V boxes, right? I also have all the elements. Look at this, all nodes. So I have label, text field, 3 radio buttons, 1 toggle group, 2 checkboxes, and 1 empty text. Right?
Correct.
Now, it's time to assign these 3 radio buttons to our toggle group. And we said this is a special case. What we see outside here is child or parent. That's the only case where you see the child out and the parent is inside, right?
And just in target group, right?
Just in toggle groups, yes. So after having this, it's time to have the handlers. So how many handlers do we see here?
3.
3, nice. So first one is interested in
The green.
first radio button saying green. Second one,
Red.
third,
Blue.
right?
Correct.
Right. I may ask you this, why I just don't have a single control? I think you asked me this question last time.
I asked and I found the answer.
Yes, tell me.
Okay, so basically every event handler can only activate one of the nodes.
Okay.
So having one event handler for 3 nodes is basically impossible.
Excellent. Okay. So if I do it, let's say here, okay, with 3 if statements,
Yeah,
this would still work, right?
correct.
If I press this one. What if you started pressing this?
Yeah,
Do you get any
no.
response?
No.
No, because this one has no listener, this one has no listener, right?
Yeah.
So the if statements will only be activated if you press this one in that case. That's why we separate this in 3 different handlers. So this one has its own listener, this one has its own listener, this one has its own listener. So if any of them was checked, this is a state change, right? We call back state diagrams. That's how you see it now. Okay? Now, if this button was selected, text set film is green, red, or
Blue.
same for this one. We just change the name of the objects, right? Please. Okay, that's the same point. If I put this entirely here as 1 with if else if conditions, that's what we were discussing now, right? So again, based on what click, based on what event that's fired, you will fire the calls to these 3 conditions. How will you make it for 3? So if you put it here under this, it means only when the green radio button is checked, you make the check for all the 3. But if I started by checking the red one, as if there is no even event that's listened to. As if the event was not fired in first place. Does that make sense? Okay. Right. Now, okay, so the only change here again from one block to another is going to be the object name and of course the value of the color. We also have here 1 in top, right? Which is meant to take your input. So what I type here, once I press enter, this gets to be reflected in the middle of my interface, right? So how this happens, again, I'm getting the text of my text field, so I'm taking it from here, right? Then I'm sending it here, right? Which is setting my empty text. Make sense? All right, so this is our radio button case and the text field. Now we're left with the checkbox. Again, let me also tell you something back to the same question. Okay, let's assume I already choose the green button, okay? Does it make sense to go and check for this and this?
No, just one.
Just 1. So in that case, I'm just adding instructions that will not even be needed, right?
Yeah.
So you're increasing the trade-off between complexity and efficiency, right? Now here, with the checkboxes, does it make sense to
Yes.
check
Yeah,
every time
yes.
for others?
Yeah.
Yes. Because here, this could be 1 or more option, right? But again, who activates this call, right? Now, what do we have here? Look at this. 2 other handlers, right? This one for the first checkbox. This one here for the second checkbox, right?
Yeah.
Now, each of them has multiple possibilities, right? So either I choose the first one, not the second, right? Or I choose the second, not the first. Or I check both. Or
None.
none, right?
Correct.
Now, ideally speaking, this one is never reached, especially if you listen to an event, right? Means there is a state change. So from unchecked by default, it becomes checked. Guys, done?
I'm
Just your names, both of you.
I'm doing it for the same ID.
Your names again are? Thank you. So Nov is here? Nov also is here?
Yeah, she just went to the toilet. Just went.
Please call her. All right, Dima,
Nina,
Sarah Al-Faris. Okay, Rima's here as well, right? Where's Rima?
Here.
Rima.
She's here.
Your name, please. Yes. Yeah, would be nice to have it. All right. So again, this last case here doesn't make sense because again, I'm not gonna reach the case when none of them is reactive, right? Now this one makes sense where? So which one you will check for? This one.
The first.
The first one, right? Now this one makes more sense
The
here,
second.
Yeah.
right? This one makes sense
In both.
in both cases, right? So both second, first. This one is okay to have, but again, never reach. So keep it else condition. All right. Now checking this one here, we have F, else F, and else, ladies. So F here, if the first one is selected and second one is selected, so both cases, right? In that case, we use set font. We pass here font with 4 arguments. Font family, font,
Font weight,
font,
font cluster, and
Excellent.
size.
and size. Now, if that's the case, this
But
one will be
doctor-
bold and italic. Yes.
But I didn't understand what is the and bold is selected. Which bold?
So bold here is the name of my checkbox. If you refer back here, check this. Here I call this one bold and I call this one italic. Just the naming. Okay. So if this one was selected, you simply change the font into bold.
Yeah, in the second put يعني both if they are both selected.
Mhm.
Here, yeah, if and
Here, if both, it means what? Both are checked.
both are checked.
Yes.
Okay.
Now this one here means what?
If only the bold is selected.
Only the
Only
first
one
one is
first.
selected, right?
Yeah.
This one is which case?
None.
So if I call this 1, 2, 3, 4, this is case number 4, right?
4.
And again, I'm keeping it just as an else, but again, this is never reached, okay? Unless,
They selected and unselected.
exactly. So unless it was selected and the change of case that was listened to is unselecting both, right? Perfect. Now here, what happens? We do the same, but again, instead of only checking bold, we're checking the italic one. All right? Make sense?
But why we don't put it in one?
Why don't we put the same?
No, in one. And all of it in one.
Again, same question. Why not in one? You tell me. So I'm having here bold. I'm having here italic. Which one you want to put on?
Bold.
You want to put here? So you want to make bold with this same one
Yeah.
without this. Maybe pushing this F statement here, right?
Yeah.
With the 4
I
cases.
want to
Okay.
push it here.
Nice. So you check this,
Yeah.
and then it would run over the 4 cases.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then I made this one. It's still there.
Both. Yeah. It's okay.
So still covered.
Yeah.
Nice. Fine. How about this case?
Italic just.
You tell me. Yes. What's gonna happen?
It will come to us if italic.
It will not even jump to that part.
It will stop.
It will not.
Why?
The entire block here of conditions is inside what?
Bold.
Bold.set on action. So only goes through these checks if the first one was selected, right? So the second one, if you start with this one, this is test case. Later you will learn this as unit testing.
Okay.
So with one condition it might work, with another, if you
We
try to
can't do
tackle
it.
this differently, it doesn't work.
We can do it in another way that's more efficient.
Now
and
you will see, okay, and please do search for this. So for checkboxes, not checkboxes, for radio buttons, you can double check on the toggle group, how to get the value selected from a toggle group. And if this works, you can apply the same concept on checkboxes. Because again, you can attach checkboxes to the same toggle group, but in that case, even both of them will be the same concept. So both of them can still be pegged at that time, right? But in that case, it can help you detect which of these are pegged. So just knowing which group can tell you the value of this group selection. If that makes sense. Okay. While loop instead of? How would that work? How do you want to use the while loop? While what? Tell. So again, the idea of listeners in general is it's active 24 by hours, right? So you don't need loops dealing with events, right? Unless the list of action goes through a specific list of transactions. This is a for loop inside, okay? But here, to check, it is always active anyways. It's while true anyways. So only when the event happens, it gets activated. Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay. Now last part will be simply connecting all of that together. So we have this part here we simply use to link our items to the right pane type. So these two are pushed into the horizontal box. These three are pushed into the V box. These two are pushed into the V box. Now take the edge box, place it on top of your pane. Take the VB1, place it on left. Take the VB2 and place it on
right.
Take the text and place it in. Last step, create your scene, give it a proper title, attach the scene to the stage, and display the stage. Good to go?
Yes.
Okay. What do we have here? So we have categories, right?
Yeah.
So if I drag this here, is that working?
Yes.
So now instead of having 8 items in total, how many items you can see?
Two.
Let's do 2 groups, right?
Yes.
And every group has a
4.
list of actions, or list of items, true. And we have combo box. And what's inside that combo box? List of options. We call this now drop down menu, remember?
Yes.
So here I see 2 drop down menus. Now the first one, if you expand, what you will see here is
The card.
you have a list of options, right? How many possible selection you can have here?
As much as you want.
Depends on how many.
Depends on the size of the.
I have 5. I have 5 items in each.
4. Not sure. What's the question?
How many possible selection?
1. What? Oh.
It's 10. One.
Just 1 here, 1
I
here.
thought you meant possible.
Yeah, I don't
like
think
how many.
Now keep this in mind. We'll talk about it, okay? But for now, we're only picking
1.
one item. True? Okay, perfect. Now here, we need to create our 2 combo boxes. One that only holds string values, and the other one holds
Integer.
only integers. Perfect. So the first one here is what?
The card.
String.
Only strings. This one here is
Integer.
only int. Can I mix both? Can Can I have
No, you
one
can't.
that holds, let's say the name of the student, the age of the student,
Yes.
No.
GPA of the student?
Bella, we can.
You can.
Huh,
Yes.
who's saying
Generic
yes, who's
class.
saying
Yeah, generic.
In
exactly.
theory, you
If
can.
yes, how? If no, why not?
If yes-
By
Yes.
generic.
You're
If
saying
yes, yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Generic class نعمله.
Huh, we can use generic, you're saying?
Yeah.
Like objects?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not logic.
Doesn't it make sense?
لا.
Okay. No? Just for logic or syntax? I'm talking about syntax.
Like a combo box.
I think it's it's
Yeah,
works.
it
Generic
works.
Generic works.
So, logically speaking,
No.
I can't find a context, honestly.
But,
Unless it is something useful, I'm not sure.
Mm.
Again, if this is there and needed, it is possible to make. Okay? Again, just like Dean mentioned, we'll just go generic mostly. So an object type that will fit either string, integer, or any other value. Now, I have one of two options, and please do memorize this and reflect every time we add a code. So previously we got get children, right?
Yeah.
We got to see
That's points.
thank you, points. Okay. Now we will see three more. Okay. We'll see get items. We'll see get value. We'll see get. Get selection model. Okay. Now these two we remember. So where do we use this one?
Pain.
Name them. Which panes?
You can use it in H box,
Excellent.
V box,
Excellent.
um,
Pane,
yeah,
flow,
and
Stack pain.
and stack. Right? Get text. Where do we see it?
Text.
Text field. Text area. What? Text. Just these three, right? Excellent. And of course, get and set. Get text and set text. True. Now, where to see these? That's what we will talk about today, okay? So here, to attach an item or list of items to combo box, we use get items dot add or add all, okay? So get items attach value to combo box. Okay. So here I do it in two different styles. First one is I'm pushing here x, which is a variable. This x is what? String array holding how many values?
Three.
3 values. So whether I add or add all, this will still work, right?
Yeah.
How about the second style? I'm pushing 1, 2, and 3. So it's more than one item.
Yeah.
So can I use add?
No.
Only add all, right?
Yeah.
Now, last steps are just what you know to connect to the pane and see how it works. This is simply what you see inside. List of options, all in a string. List of options, all in numbers.
And
Okay, now see this. What do we have here? Design what?
H box.
A text box? Text box? What? Where is
Combo
the text
box.
box?
Combo box.
Yeah.
That's combo box, okay.
Label.
Area.
Combo box, text area,
Label. Label.
View.
image view.
Label.
Which one, this or this?
Sliding.
Are they both label?
لا text اللي تحت I guess.
Yeah, kind of.
This is text or label? Who can
I'll
tell?
tell you.
It's
It's labeled because we can connect it to the photo.
It's actually label كمان إنه
Yeah.
I haven't.
Oh,
Didn't
okay,
we-
so we can make it labeled. Okay, you're saying labeled.
Yeah, label.
This could be labeled. Yes, true. Yes. But I mean, if we did it separately, this could be label or text.
Yeah.
Thank you. Since we have here space, which is value x, this makes sense to make it
Okay.
text, right? Or else you will use
Scroll pane.
alignment,
كمان.
which is still possible with CSS.
Scroll pane هي.
Hmm?
Scroll pane. Scroll pane.
What pane type? You tell me. What
Scroll pane. Scroll pane.
Scroll?
Each box.
Hold on for scroll pane. We'll discuss it
Yeah,
still.
each
we haven't
box.
yet covered it.
في
طب
box.
في
Well,
So
border
hold on.
pane. I would say flow.
I would say flow.
Flow works. There are different ways of going.
Can it be each box? V
Could
box.
be how many each box?
One, yeah.
one, two,
One,
one,
two.
two.
And inside one of them, you will need a V box.
A V box for
Yes.
the picture and the
For label.
label.
Yes. So you can do it this way, or you start V box and then inside it to
Each box.
But by default, actually, not default is pane. Default is pane. Sorry. Default is pane.
Doctor,
You have to make the outer one V box. Yes.
when do we do the entire? You put the picture inside the label thing.
Yes.
When do we do that?
Again, when it's a descriptive text,
Okay.
so they are both related at certain point. Okay.
Okay.
Like when you add a figure and a caption to that figure.
Okay.
So when the text is simply related to what you have, a shape or image or anything, you simply make it in labeled format. Okay. And again, it doesn't actually appear in a different way. Like the way you see it with normal labeled is going to be the same way you see it with an image view and label. But the idea again reflects back on, remember,
Yeah.
semantics. So how the program itself understands its own content.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Now this is going to be your exercise, take-home exercise for next time. So I want to see it on Moodle. You will also find a forum discussion on it. Now this exercise has no answer here on the slides, so make sure you work on it. Again, it's not only design here. So what happens every time you make a selection to the country, the image it changes, this changes, the title here changes.
We did it
We did it today.
In the lab,
You
yeah.
did the same one?
Yeah.
No, for movies.
Yeah.
Very, yeah, exactly. It is the same
It's
idea.
How many countries?
2 or 3, just the test of concept. That's what we need to test.
Okay.
Border bait?
You can use border paint. top,
في scroll
left,
pane
right.
كمان.
You can.
في scroll pane. Can I use scroll pane?
Now, no center in that case, but it depends on the size you put. Yes, yes, please. Again?
Can scroll pane.
Okay, so these
Do it,
are
let's do it.
entirely on
Easy,
the
do it.
in-class activities. See that? Oh, I closed it.
No, is it so much? Doctor, this one too?
Yes.
So do this one and
So this one we did already today, just the coding part, okay? But this one is there already on Moodle. I just need you to practice it, okay? Tonight, tomorrow. Just keep it Saturday maximum, okay? Okay, so back to your question. So if you open here, you'll see activities, okay? Okay, so I think for you, you have, I think 3 activities
Yeah.
posted so far, or emails. What I do, so that's what I need you to submit to. This is not bonus on its own, okay? But towards the course end, if there was any need to curve the grades up, I'll use this for it, just to justify the grades up, okay? The more you add, Yeah, it can help you towards the end. Yeah, okay? Please. Yes, we do grade usually within 2 or 3 days. We have everything already graded. So again, these two are just published today. You have till Saturday to finish them.
Okay.
After Saturday, we will grade them offline. Saturday midnight. That's okay. Again, this is just good for practice as well. If you think about the midterm or exams later, this is very good to practice. That's now where we see get value, right?
Yeah.
So every time you want to extract the value of the combo box, you use get value. You want to set a value that shows by default without you make a selection. We call this set value, right? So set value is used mostly for defaults. Get value is used to extract a selected value. Again, keep in mind, combo box and even less view later on, they still use set on action. But I'm assuming here that I take its own action through a button. Okay, so I'm not doing it directly from the choice. Okay? Now, your task doing this exercise, you will need to figure out how to do it without any use of buttons. So here, once you make the change, it reflects automatically here. Okay?
من دون ما
Perfect. Yeah, pressing a button is another issue. So I only want to choose the option from here and it does the change automatically.
يعني من دون enter or
Yeah,
like.
so the event is fired from the combo box directly, not a
Okay.
button. Alright, and then later, or next class inshallah, you will do the same exercise using nested here.
What's this?
We'll talk to it, okay?
Okay.
But for now, just these two, okay?
والله vibes.
Like, sorry. Oops, hold on.
انصدمت بس من صدمة حلوة. It's nice.
It's rising. Like, so that's an example, just to show you how it works. I'll stop it afterwards. Here I see a default value. You see that?
Flowers.
So this is requiring set value, right?
Yeah.
I need here set value to add this value here. Keep in mind, sometimes default values are not clickable. Sometimes you just add something similar to, I don't know, select one. Sometimes it's only like select one or others. Okay. So here, every time you make a choice and you press this, you get the value here, right? Like, how do you know who's firing the event? You can answer me this
The
question.
button. The button.
No, I mean, how do you know who is firing it?
شين.
You set on action or set on
Yeah. How do you
Oh,
know the
it's-
type? Yes.
set on action?
In general, like, give me a generic answer.
It depends what you're doing.
Yes.
For set on action, it's pressing a button
So
or
the
text.
key measure to tell you what type of event I'm using is to see when the event is happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes just.
When? I mean when.
Yeah.
So the time of having the response.
Yeah, correct.
So do you receive it when you press a button? That's action. If immediately after making a change here, you're firing the event and you're handling it, you figure it out. I'm not gonna give hints. Okay?
حتى sometimes
But you
just.
want us to do the second one?
I need you to do it without buttons.
So you want us to fire it from there?
Yes.
Sometimes-
For the previous example, not this.
Sometimes just by passing the mouse on the option it changes.
Yes, yes.
You want
We'll
this?
learn
You want to
Passing
do
what?
this? إنه just يعني لما نحط الماوس من دون ما حتى we press the
Okay,
thing.
that's hovering. No, that's
Yeah.
you can still do it. If that's mouse over. Yes, you
Yeah.
can try this.
Like for example when you're choosing a font and then مجرد تحطي الماوس.
Nice. Okay, explore this. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to try this. Like, so here, what I do, I'm using get items dot add all to link what all the 3 items to my combo box.
Yeah.
Again, this is the parent, and these are children. Now I also get here the value, which is set to be the value of my text upon making the action of my plot. Okay?
Yes.
While reading this code, while studying, again, look only into the highlighted piece of code. The rest, I assume you know it already.
Yes.
All good here?
Yes.
Okay, so next time we will start, inshallah, the views.
Inshallah.
And I will have a bonus question for you next time. Just
Oh.
remind me, okay?
Yes.
This class is Sunday?
Why not?